favorites. Here is a list. Brett McMurphy had this out. Heisman odds for the 2024 season. There's not a non-quarterback on this list, which is not a surprise. You maybe on occasion might see a running back kind of pop up, or one of those all does everything, returns, wide receiver, whatever, but no. So Carson Beck and Quinn Ewers at the top.
So, first of all, how many of these are just the SEC quarterbacks?
Beck, Ewers, Milroe, Imaliava,
Jackson Arnold,
Dart,
Garrett Nussmeier.
I think 8 or 9 of them, yeah.
There's 9, I believe.
Connor Wegman.
Yeah, Connor Wegman, yeah.
I mean, so everybody but Ward, Leonard, Fafita,
Howard,
and Gabriel.
Yeah.
So 5 of however many this is here, yeah.
All right, so not a single non-quarterback. So you have Beck and Quinn Ewers at the top, Gabriel, Will Howard, Milroe. Well, it's kind of been it's kind of there. He's at Alabama, but it's been kind of quiet with that. Imaliava, Jackson Arnold. I think that's way too high for him. I know quarterbacks at OU have had a lot of success, kind of hit and miss with what I saw when he got his start, but a very good talent.
They also had the success with a different head coach.
That's exactly right. Jackson Dart, hell of a year with Ole Miss. Nussmeier, Fafita, Riley Leonard. He's now at Notre Dame, so that's even, with all due respect to Duke, even more of a shine on his helmet, literally. Cam Ward and Connor Wegman.
Yeah, I mean,
you know who's not on that list? One of the best impressive bowl games was Miller Moss. USC, Lincoln Riley, but he may not even start next year.
No, he's going to start. I mean, he had that one great game, and but I would have personally. I know this is Vegas, but I would have Cam Ward higher than Garrett Nussmeier personally, just because of his skill set. And look, Garrett Nussmeier, we'll see. I mean, it's fine. He's going to have a new offensive coordinator. They're going to have new wide receivers. Going to have a lot of things at LSU. So I guess he's there because of LSU. Connor Wegman on the list is kind of surprising to me at all.
Yeah, with all due respect,
he's hardly played. They're gonna have a new head coach, a new offensive coordinator, all new everything. And look, if he winds up even getting into the list of being a 20-1 Heisman favorite when the season is, then it means things are going well for A&M. If he's even there, like just at that spot when it's say week 9.
When was the last time A&M had a quarterback at that spot?
I mean, Johnny Football. I mean, the guy who won it.
Possibility,
yeah. I guess so. I mean, if he's there, then that's fine. But yeah, I really think that you're going to see it focused more on the top of this list, obviously. And there's going to be a running back or a wide receiver, somebody that we're not thinking about, that's going to have a big season and find their way into the convo.
Why is Garrett Nussmeier above Riley Leonard, Cam Ward, Noah Fafita? I mean, what the? That's just I don't know what that is. That's SEC bias or
I think
LSU?
It's just because Jaden Daniels won it last year. That's all it is, dude.
Jaden Daniels bias, but I mean he's done nothing to indicate that he's better than the 4 guys. I mean 3 of the 4 guys listed below him. So that one just kind of jumps out to me. I don't really understand that, but I do in that. It's exactly what it is. It's just riding the coattails of Jaden Daniels and assuming that he can sit there and put up those same numbers. So to that extent, I understand it, but that's a little puzzling on the surface. And I get with the Fafita, he's going to get knocked a little bit because his coach isn't there anymore. So that's understandable. But, that's still kind of weird. Jackson Arnold, I mean, we've heard, and we've seen a little bit of his skill set, but he's getting a whole heck of a lot of respect, man. I mean, and I'm an Oklahoma fan, but, like, he's being talked about as though it's kind of like with Quinn Ewers before Ewers even played. If you're like, this guy's going to play for, like, a year in Austin, and then he's off to the NFL. I get the same vibes with Arnold. Sometimes it's just like, let's let him play a little bit before we start, putting the crown on his head. But very excited to see what he can do and actually being the guy, and it's him, and it's no more speculation. So, but that's still to have him borderline top 5 in the Heisman vote when Lincoln Riley doesn't coach there anymore is just kind of strange to me.
How many of those quarterbacks, and I don't know, I'm just glad, how many of those quarterbacks have transferred already?
Well, Quinn Ewers has. Dylan Gabriel's done it twice. Will Howard has.
Jackson Dart has.
Riley Leonard has. Cam Ward has.
Ward's done it twice.
So half that list, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even more than half that list. Hey, Garrett, did you get the tweet for the ACC? Have that ready, okay?
Yeah. So, I mean, Ewers, though, I mean, coming back, that's what the expectation should be, is that he's going to be a Heisman Trophy candidate. I mean, he was already being talked about as far as NFL prospects go before he even played it down in Austin. Now we've seen him for a couple years, and we've seen a lot of good. We've seen some needs improvement, but I mean, this is his year. I mean, this is the year of Quinn Ewers, guys, coming up. So very excited to see what he does and all the weapons around him that they're supplying him with, and the SEC schedule. It'll be really fun to watch how all that unpacks. Dylan Gabriel, not surprised to see him there. Will Howard, I mean, that's going to be really interesting in Columbus too. So yeah, this is the transfers make it exciting. And also I can see where it's frustrating as well when you see half that list are guys that have moved around, but it does spice things up a bit to see, Dylan Gabriel now in Eugene compared to being in Norman the last couple of years, and various other examples of that throughout this list. So I think it's honestly, for an early Heisman list that comes out a month after the award was last given. I mean, I don't expect it to be an exact science, but just basically posting the top quarterbacks from the top teams next year is not like the most thorough pre-examination of next season.
I would take that Fafita, Leonard, Ward thing and then move it up ahead of all the guys. Amaliava, Arnold, and Nussmeier all just played the bowl game, right? I would just move those guys. That's what I would do.
Like 3 or 4, move them up 3 or 4. And
move those 3 up and move those down, just because we've only seen those 3 dudes. We've only seen them play the bowl game. That's it.
How is Avery Johnson not on here, but Will Howard is when he had to transfer?
Good point.
You're not allowed to make sense. You know what? I don't even know if I haven't even really been on the chat room much just to make sure that everyone's behaving. Bracket Cat is going to love you for the rest of your life.
It's true, though.
It's a great point.
Yeah.
Avery Johnson forced Will Howard to leave and is back, and K-State, will be solid.
And he's going to run the ball like crazy, so he's going to have numbers individually that are going to be up there. So, that's an excellent point, Garrett.
Bracket Cat, let me see.
I don't think he said anything.
Fafita versus Johnson is going to be a hell of a showdown in Manhattan in September.
Yeah,
could be a college game day game. And
that'll be a great game.
Jackson Arnold couldn't lick Avery Johnson's shoes.
Well, we'll see. But
I mean, that's a fact. You know what though? He should not be above Avery Johnson.
Yeah.
I mean that's what I was saying with him earlier. And again, I'm an Oklahoma guy, so I get the love. I'm excited to see what Jackson Arnold does. I am tapping the brakes a little bit just because I think the kind of pre-hype has gotten a little bit ridiculous, because I'm judging it by Oklahoma quarterbacks here recently. What have a lot of them done? They won the Heisman Trophy. So I'm just not going to be like, Jackson Arnold's just next in line. I hope that he lives up to those same expectations and whatnot. But, I need to see a little bit more for him. And he doesn't deserve, nor does, multiple Connor Wegman, Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, I'd just have Avery Johnson over all those guys. Yeah, absolutely. And that'd be more than fair. He played a ton this season. He won the job, beat out the vet, and did it convincingly, and to the point that he moved on to Ohio State. So, you rightfully saw that there's a big omission here, and place him wherever you want to, but he should at least be on the list. That's the bottom line, is Avery Johnson should have a place on the list.
All right, now, one more note, and then we break the top of the hour. The ACC